The opinions expressed on this program are those of the program host and guests and are not necessarily those of this station, management, staff, and sponsors. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. It's time now for the Crown Car Care Show. Call in with questions and comments, 220-9788, 220-WSTU. Now, here's your host.
Hi, welcome aboard, everybody. Hop in the back seat. We're going to take a ride for an hour.
Love it.
We're going to talk about cars. We're going to talk about news, and we're going to talk about Crown Car Care.
Well done. Yes.
It's going to be a great summer's coming up on us, too, here. Spring breaks, I guess, are over with all the kids. The weather is still holding out good here.
Don't you love it?
I love it.
Yes.
Nice and cool. I had the windows down all the way driving into the station here
Isn't
today.
that nice?
And when you have your windows down when you're driving, you feel the crispness in the air.
Yes.
Just nice.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love Martin County. Love Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Most of all, I love the United States. What a great country we live in.
Yeah.
It is. You read and hear about all the things that go on in the world. And if you notice, our country's always in a good position.
Yes.
Despite differences of political opinions and things, overall, we got a great place.
Still got the best gig going.
We do. And Martin County, I believe, could be the best county here in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Although the city of Stuart recently had some problems with their computer system, I understood. I don't know the details of it. Maybe you know, Frank. I don't know what happened. I heard something about a hijack and some other things too, about a notice of money payment and interesting stuff.
Yes, it was one of those viruses that got planted into their computer, and I guess they're trying to trail down where it came from.
But weren't they requesting money?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Everyone wants money.
Yeah, so it's called ransomware.
Yes.
And so they
did they restore the system and get back? Or
last I heard, they're still working on it. So I don't know if they had an offsite backup, but maybe they probably will now.
It's a good thing to remember. In fact, there's Frank and I both belong to a fantastic business group here in town, and there's a company that can help you out if you have any computer problems. C&W Computers. What a great organization.
Yes.
Very smart.
Newly remodeled showroom.
On top of their game right there in I think it's at Regal Plaza.
The Regency.
Regency Plaza. And they've been there quite a few years, 23 years, I think.
Yeah.
Great organization.
Yeah.
We use them, and they really know their stuff.
Eric Keem and his crew.
Yep. He's a great guy.
Yep.
We see him every Wednesday morning.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Well,
what's going on in the news today with cars?
All kinds of
There's all kinds of crazy stuff. I heard a Tesla caught on fire. Is that true?
Yes. They had a car sitting in a parking garage, I think in Shanghai.
Oh, they got Shanghai.
I guess it did. And it's just sitting there minding its own business. And you watch the video, you go online and watch the video. The car's there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see this bright flash, and suddenly the car's enveloped in smoke and fire.
And with electric cars, if they use a lithium battery pack, highly flammable.
Right.
I mean, big time.
We're talking 4th of July stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And bottle rockets everywhere.
Yes.
So, so they I guess that car and two others parked next to it.
Oh, no.
Were lost.
Oh, no.
So Tesla flew out.
I guess they'll have to pay for the repairs on the other cars.
I don't think there's any repairs necessary.
Oh, just buy a new one.
Yeah.
Exchange them.
Yes. Yeah. Get a trade in.
Yes.
But so they sent their engineers to check it out, and hopefully they'll have a solution. But Tesla claims that based upon the hours and the miles driven, they don't have a higher incidence of car fires as opposed to gasoline powered cars.
See, the thing is when you're a specialty manufacturer, and as you know, Elon Musk is always in the news, people are going to be looking at you a little bit stronger and brighter than anybody else. And remember, we had the incident where the car, I guess a piece of metal or something caught underneath the vehicle when they were driving, and it was a big harangue. But automobile fires happen all the time.
Right.
Be prepared for them. That's why it's always good to know when you're driving a car, if something like that would ever to happen, to have a plan in place to get out of the vehicle and get away from it.
Right.
That's right. And always have one of those little hammers and seatbelt cutters. In fact, we have them at Crown Car Care. If you're ever looking for one of those, we give them away free to all of our customers. It's an emergency.
Right. Shatters the glass.
Shatters the glass as well as can cut the seatbelt. You never know when you're going to need it. And I've read many times how that has saved the day.
Yes.
And you don't know when you're going to need it. And hopefully you never will.
Right.
But it's always good to be prepared. And we have bunches of them. If you need one, just come by one of our shops and we'll get you settled in with it.
Good.
Yeah. Free of charge, of course.
That's of course.
Yes.
That is very cool. So our friend Goshen is in the news.
We seem to be hearing a lot about that man.
So apparently the Japanese prosecutors on Monday indicted Carlos Goshen for the fourth time,
Oh, no.
alleging that he misappropriated $5 million from Nissan for personal use during his time as head of the automaker.
That's a horrible number.
Right.
And what kind of person would need that kind of money? I don't know.
Somebody who's has a flamboyant lifestyle.
Greed.
Yeah.
Greed is when you're in charge of a big organization and you have many people underneath it.
Yeah.
You have to always
lead by example, like you do.
Just like we do at Crown Car Care. We
Yes.
have to always do that. In fact, the meat and potatoes of our show today, we're going to talk about why choose.
Crown Car Care.
Why choose us?
Yeah,
And
right.
we have a list of things that we will go over that we justify the case for it. And many of our customers, in fact, all of our customers, it's the reasons they come to us.
Mhm.
And we're very proud of what we do. And we'll talk about it
Okay.
at our 2 locations.
At the yes,
Yes.
the 2 locations indeed. So Nissan's also in the news with its sister company Renault. The management
That's a
feels-
French company, I believe.
Yes, you are correct, sir. Nissan's management company feels the Japanese company has not been treated as an equal of the Renault under the existing capital ties, and a merger would make this inequity permanent.
Well, that's where
So-
Goshen really came from, is Renault.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yes, originally, yes. Because I think Renault is who saved the day on Nissan many
Mhm.
years ago when they were in financial troubles.
Okay.
True.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting stuff.
Buick is in the news with China. Buick dealers will get an extra helping of Encore. The U.S. dealers will get a chance to sell the Encore GX,
Oh,
the small crossover shown in Shanghai last week during their car show.
Buick was, gosh, well before my time, even before I was born, was the leader.
Right.
Buick was the company that led GM.
Right.
And now it's
It's a mere shadow of his former.
Shadow. Yeah. Chevrolet seems to be the one
Do
that's.
you know how many GM cars were sold in China last year?
No, how many?
700.
700? That's it?
That's it for the entire calendar year
Yeah.
of 2018.
A lot of Fords, though. I know Ford has got inroads in there. And we
Ford
know
is making a strong push again.
Ford really has some good products.
Yeah.
They really do. Although we know they're not going to be making cars much anymore.
Yeah.
And you own an Escape, which you love.
Yes.
Great vehicle.
Yes.
Yep,
I took it
great
up to Detroit and back with nary a
Yep.
problem.
Except you had to do some things with the seat so your son could drive it.
Yeah. He's a tall drink of water.
6.4.
Yes.
Right? 6.
So we had to take the headrest off the back seat so we can put the back seat down
Oh.
and then move the front seat as far back as possible.
Did you both share the driving, or did he
We
do
did.
much? Oh,
But
good.
he did the lion's share.
Yeah. Did the weather get colder as you headed more north?
Yes, it did. And the tree line changed. So
Oh,
we
okay.
went from green to not so green to very brown.
How was Michigan? Was it cold up in Michigan still, or
it was kind of nice.
Good.
It was 70s during the day.
okay?
60s at night, 50s.
Did you
60s
do
at night.
anything other than what you needed to take
We
care
were-
of up there? Any
we were just-
sightseeing or anything?
No. We were
Take
there
care of business.
4 days, 2 days were driving.
Okay, so you were there. It was a marathon.
It was. So, yeah.
I'm glad you're back safe and sound. Your
Thank
son's
you.
back to work, and you're back in the helm.
Yes.
Yes,
So
we
well,
missed you.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm glad things. I'm glad you survived my
Yes.
my absence.
Well, of course. And
anyway.
here's some more news here. U.S. diesel sales are on the rise.
Okay.
Very interesting. For the longest time, they've been going down. In 2017, they sold 518,000 diesel trucks, class 1 through 3, which includes your smaller vehicles up through
Hmm.
F350 Super Duties, the bigger diesels. we sold in the United States 464,206 in 2017. In 2018, 518,000. So quite a rise. 11.6%, Frank.
Wow.
So it's on the rise.
Yes.
For the longest time, diesels have been getting a bad name.
They were.
And it's on the rise. In fact, I'm going to tell you something else. Diesels are making a comeback in Europe. Volkswagen diesels might be dead here in the United States because you know what happened with VW with their cheating of the thing. But with 43% of all models sold in Germany were oil burners. That's up 39% from the year before. So diesels are really making a comeback. It's because of the efficiencies.
Right.
There is more energy, and we've talked about it in our show.
30%.
Diesel fuel has more energy density in a gallon of diesel than a gallon of gas.
Yeah.
The conundrum is how do you make it so it's not putting out nitrous oxides and pollution and soot?
Yeah.
And soot. Soot's the big thing that causes the smog and the air that's unbreathable. It's not damaging the earth per se, but it damages us, the people. The smog and the nitrous oxide, which is a result of the combustion of diesel, is damaging the environment.
Right.
And they have solved both of them.
Yeah.
So diesels are making a comeback.
Very cool.
Yeah. For the longest time, the maintenance on a diesel was much higher. And now it's gone back to the original where they're very good quality. They last, and you can get good
performance,
good ownership,
Yeah.
over the long haul with them. So
Excellent.
here's some more diesel news.
Okay.
FCA, which is, Fiat, owns Chrysler.
Right.
There's a big lawsuit going on with their eco diesels.
Ooh.
Lawyers are seeking as much as $106 million in a filed suit against Fiat Chrysler automobiles on behalf of eco diesel powered Ram 1500s and Jeep Grand Cherokees affected by the supposed emissions defeat software. Apparently they were entangled in this thing that Volkswagen was entangled in with cheating software. Very interesting. The suit comes on the heels of the January 10th settlement among the FCA and the EPA, U.S. Department of Justice, California Air Resource Board, and all 50 U.S. states in the amount of $800 million. So there's already been a suit of $800 million brought by the federal government and states involved.
Right.
The $106 million that is sought on this lawsuit is sought in recent lawsuit entails out-of-pocket costs and legal fees, and legal officials were hopeful an agreement could be reached in early February. So it's good stuff.
Yes.
It needs to have justice. I mean, if you're cheating, it needs to come to head.
Right.
And people need to be compensated for it and or recognize that they've been cheated.
Yes.
So I'm in favor of it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Gives diesels a bad name, but it was both foreign companies. Fiat, which owns Chrysler, is an Italian company, right? And Volkswagen's a German company. So two out of country.
The Germans and the Italians are at it again.
That's right. But guess who didn't cheat is the American companies.
Right.
And I wouldn't expect anything less. That's what we do here in this country. We do it right. We build them right, and we do it right.
Right.
When no one's looking, we do the right thing. They didn't, and they got caught, and they should be caught. So.
Good. Okay, Nissan alert, check the back seat. The rear door alert system warning is now at the 2018 Nissan Pathfinder. 6 other models. The tech source is Nissan Motor Company. Automotive News this month is taking a look at emerging new tech, those innovations unimagined or not commercially viable just 10 years ago, that engineers are now translating into mass production.
Oh.
So the whole thing about, how many times do you hear about people that dash out of the car to get a gallon of milk or something like that, and they forget Junior's in the back seat.
That's right.
And so this backseat alert is.
I like that.
This engineering.
I like that. Good. And good for Nissan, because Nissan's we've been given nothing but bad press for them, but we've had no choice. It's what we read.
Yeah.
Right.
And Toyota is establishing research institute in China.
Oh.
They're trying to this initiative is part of the Japanese car makers' effort to share more technology with China as it seeks to expand its business in that country by beefing up manufacturing capacity and distribution channels. So,
what I talked about when you were gone is China is the biggest greenhouse gas emitter.
Yes.
Biggest.
Yes.
By double of everybody else.
And India is not far behind.
No.
Yeah.
No, but now if you look at per capita person, we in the United States are the largest polluters, but they've got so many people and the country's so big that at an aggregate level, they're the biggest. But if you look at it per person,
Right.
United States is still the largest greenhouse gas emitter.
Right.
And something else we talked about, that fact, you'll be very interested.
Hmm.
What single industry is the largest greenhouse gas emitter? You'll be surprised. In fact, it's so large, if it was put in the comparison level with countries, it would be the third largest country of emission greenhouse gases. The cement industry.
Wow.
Concrete industry if it was a country, would be the third largest greenhouse gas emitter.
How was that?
Concrete. It's used in the making with the cement.
Yeah.
It's the process that they use with the cement that has a high carbon dioxide emissions, and there's no way around it.
Wow.
Cement. So we're blessed with growth, but we're also blessed with greenhouse gases, and it's not coming from cars, or is it coming from chemical,
Just
petroleum-based products?
Right.
It is strictly
from crushing up the rock and releasing the carbon.
the carbon dioxide. It's cement. I never knew that.
Yep.
And I double checked my sources and did a little bit of research.
It
and
makes
it
sense
is
when
in
you
fact
think about
true,
it,
but
sure.
it's hard to
Process.
I can't wrap my brain around that one. It's hard to understand, but concrete.
Yeah.
And it's not the finished product or the using of it. It's the making of it. Because concrete is complicated. It uses, I guess, Portland cement
Correct.
and limestone and some other items, and it's amazing how it hardens up. I still don't quite understand it, but we have a concrete jungle out there, don't we?
we do.
Concrete jungle, sidewalks everywhere,
Yes.
but we need those sidewalks. Oh, Frank, by the way, Canner Highway is just about done here in Martin County.
Okay.
If you've noticed.
I was talking to my grandson about that yesterday,
Yes.
and I said to him, I said, Landon, I says, what do you think? Because he lives off of Cove
Yeah.
Road.
Yes.
And I says, it's been about 4 years now. He says, Grandpa, I think we need a fifth year, and then they'll be done.
But we live off of Locks Road, which is in the
I love
eastern end. Okay. They're getting ready to start construction there on Canner
Oh
now. So
my
it's going to
God.
start all over again from the bridge on the turnpike going west.
Oh my God.
And
The Locks Road, that is a neat drive anyways.
that's
I
what
love
we
that
live right
drive.
in off of there. We love it.
Yeah.
And we're close to everything. Our kids love it. We have a nice
Yeah.
yard, and we were blessed to be able to find the house, and it's just been fabulous.
Do you go picnicking at the Locks?
I have done that. I haven't done it recently. We go when the kids were younger. We went to the playground, and I'd always go and watch the boats going through.
Right.
It's just a wonderful place.
Have you done the trails on the other side of the
Yes.
Locks?
The only problem with the trails is there's these big vultures that are always around there.
The
These
turkey
big-
vultures.
They're huge.
Yes.
But they're everywhere.
Yes.
You can't sit down without
You
them.
know why, don't you?
No.
They get the scraps from the alligators. Live behind.
Oh, okay, but they're
Yeah.
big and
Oh, yeah.
mean. They
Well,
look mean.
They're well fed.
Oh, of course, they're plump. Yes.
They're well fed.
So the Prius that we went to the baseball game in
Yes.
was totaled
Yes.
about a month and a half ago. And guess
Yeah.
where the accident happened? On Canner Highway because of the construction. Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't my wife's fault.
No.
Nope. Someone else's. But still, the car's gone.
Oh,
It's a
well.
shame. But
Yeah. Okay, a couple more items before we go to break.
yes.
Huawei, Huawei, was it Hawei? Huawei, I think it's pronounced. Huawei says it has launched the world's first 5G auto hardware.
Oh,
So here's the thing about Huawei, because it's a Chinese company, and they're
Yes.
doing the 5G. The U.S. government says
yes,
Any-
they're shifty on it, and I would be too.
they're concerned that the Chinese government may be
Could be
implanting
making inroads into it with backdoor devices,
backdoor
and
chips
I agree.
to.
We
yes.
need to watch that strong and hard.
Yes.
Look how much trouble we've had with the elections and the supposed tampering with the Russians. I mean, if we're
Right.
talking about it and we have to do a federal investigation on it with Mueller, I mean, there is some credible
Something going on.
something going on, and
Right.
I don't know if we should put that much faith in a country outside the United States that's been in competition with us and played dirty for
Right.
years. They play dirty.
Right.
They don't play fair.
No.
You know that.
Yes.
In fact, our president had to put recent tariffs on it to equal the playing field.
Yeah, I think so.
Many people are against it. Many people in favor of it. But
you know
he,
what? I
he
think
wouldn't have done it if there wasn't a reason.
I think he got their attention.
He sure did.
Yeah.
Yes, he sure did.
So the crossovers star in 2 auto shows in 1 week. It's not every auto show season that 2 major shows are going on in the same week, but there was a common thread between the shows in Shanghai and New York last week, and that has to do with the Mercedes.
Oh.
It was popular in both shows.
When we come back from break, I'll talk about a
Yes.
car show or an event that me and myself and a fellow employee are going to be going on in the next 2 weeks.
Nice.
Good. Let's take a break.
Okay, we'll be right back. So stick with us. Good afternoon. We are producing the Crown Car Care Show.
Hop in the back seat and go for a ride with us.
There you go, with Todd Harris.
Don't get in that Escape though; you won't fit because the front seat's all the way back when you were driving up there.
Oh yeah, that's right. So interesting things in the news. Used car retailers are having a hard time getting used cars.
There is a shortage of used cars.
Apparently so.
And you know what I think it is, Frank? I think it's these new car prices are so high. Think about this, that many people are choosing the secondary market.
Right.
Used. And in my world, in Crown Car Care, we don't see the brand new vehicles, maybe for oil changes from our loyal customers, but for the most part, I see cars out of warranty.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. So I can't really, I don't have a lot of insight into it, but it's just an idea, a thought process. If there's a high demand for used cars, could it be that our technology is pushing these new cars to a price point that is becoming out of reach?
Yeah.
Maybe for the average man.
Sure.
I know cell phones are that way. Apple phones.
Yeah.
Their projected sales of the iPhone 10 are way off target,
right?
Because the price is so high.
Well, it's nuts.
It's over $1,000. It's $1,100 or $1,200 for a phone. That's ridiculous.
It's nuts.
Ridiculous.
I couldn't get it. My wife spent $700 for her iPhone. It's like, what?
Well, at Crown Car Care, we have 2 locations to serve you here in Martin County. We have a wonderful shop. In fact, I'm going to talk about that right now on Cove Road. The phone number at the Cove Road store is 772-283-4707. That's 283-4707. If you're a new listener, if you've been listening to us for over the course of our shows, we'd like you to go to that location.
Yeah.
Go say hi to Mike. I think you'll be delighted with the service we provide there. It's a clean shop. It's plenty of room. You can easily navigate in and out. Parking is ample. We have a technology-ridden shop that has all the latest equipment. We have a big waiting room. We partner with St. Lucie Battery and Tire, and they serve us well there, and we serve them well, and it's a great partnership. They have tires that we sell there, and we have expertise. We have all kinds of doodads that you can buy, from wiper blades to trailer tires to batteries. Even if you don't need something fixed on your car, we can serve you with an accessory that you might need.
Right.
It's just a great location.
Right. And if you're pulling a trailer with a car and it's got the undersized wheels,
yes,
you want to see our friends at Crown Car Care more frequently.
Those bearings are spinning real fast.
Woo-hoo,
and especially if you're on a boat trailer, it gets in the water. In fact, we advertise in the Coastal Angler magazine, and one of the ads that we have in there is about your boat trailer.
So many things that people just don't think about until you see the car off by the side of the road with the trailer, it's kind of not doing well. And you say, all right, now we know what happened. They didn't see our friends at Crown.
And the other location we have is in Palm City, and you've heard us talk that phone number. It is 772-781-8000. You can call either number, but today I'm asking every one of you to visit my Cove Road store. We have lots of room there.
Yeah.
Lots of expert people to help you, and it's easy to get to. Yeah. Right down the road. In fact, they're building a new Wawa up the road from us.
Nice.
And I like those stores. They've been popping up all over Martin County, haven't they? They're clean. The employees are nice. Everything's good about the place. They have good gasoline, good quality. I highly recommend Wawa.
All right.
Wawa. There's one right there on Cantor Highway. They're building one off Cove Road. They're popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
And you know where they're from? Pennsylvania.
Yes.
My mother, when she was I believe it was high school.
All right.
Took a field trip to they produced milk. It was a dairy originally.
All right.
Wawa. The dairy.
Okay.
And they took a field trip to the dairy to see how they got the milk.
Sure.
From cows. She told me that.
Wow.
Pennsylvania. Wawa. They're doing it right. They're growing everywhere.
They're
taking over a lot of these smaller, schleppy, bad places that you see. Their gas is always fresh. Their food's fresh. I sign off on it.
Yeah. All right.
Wawa.
Okay.
It's a good place.
Good.
I also sign off on Crown Car Care. What a place that is.
Yeah. So
you were going to tell me there was something you were going to mention we talked about on break. Oh, Craigslist with the cars.
Craigslist.
Yeah, give me that info.
So the Craigslist of Carvana encounters the same hurdle as dealers. Carvana also is troubled with their earnings because they cannot get used cars.
Isn't that interesting? I never thought.
So car dealers are doing the same thing. They are going to Craigslist.
Secondary sources to find it, because usually they'd get them from trade or auction.
Right.
And now they're going through Craigslist.
Craigslist.
So that tells me used car prices are on the rise.
But the best part about Craigslist, so if you're a local dealer and you're looking at the local Craigslist, you don't have to, your circle, your radius of opportunities to collect used cars is going to be narrow.
Yes.
You don't have to go far away.
No.
And they could.
No, it's good for the people selling the cars, the independent, the independent person that's got a car for sale. If dealers are buying them, that means prices are going to be driven up. Yeah. Good for everybody, I believe.
Right.
It's good for everybody. And the person that really benefits is the person selling the car on Craigslist. Customers that maybe go to Crown that are looking to get rid of their car and get another one.
There you go.
They sell it and get top dollar. The dealerships are buying them. Isn't that interesting? I never thought I'd see that day.
Right?
No. Because I've always been, the used car market can be a sketchy market. In fact, one of the services that we provide at Crown Car Care is the used car inspection.
Right.
We just had one in today, a Ford Focus that someone was looking at buying.
Whoa, another
An older one, but it was
Yeah.
in tip-top shape. But
Yeah.
let me tell you, if I look at 10 cars
Mhm.
for a used car inspection, 4 of them don't meet the muster.
Wow.
And we tell our clientele, look, it's not a good buy.
And the
Now-
Focus did okay.
Focus did good.
Yeah.
It was an older Focus.
Yeah.
These newer ones, I've heard they have some reliability issues.
Yeah.
And Frank,
Yeah.
you've had some
Yeah.
some bad experiences with yours.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a dealer. It was a
Right.
product quality issue.
Right.
Some transmission issues, as well as some couldn't keep the fuel in the fuel line. Can't keep the pump pumping it, and you couldn't keep the tranny from shifting.
And I'm still waiting for my recall on the fuel tank.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The fuel tank is defective.
Is it ever going to end?
No,
It seems like it keeps
It's-
building. We keep
it's the
talking
gift
about
that
this.
keeps on giving.
Yes, right.
Yes.
But otherwise, Ford generally has a good
Yes.
quality product. In
Yes.
fact, that's one of my favorite vehicles.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
next 2 weeks, myself and Jordan, who is my
Mhm.
lead diesel technician,
Yeah.
are going on a special trip to Indianapolis, Indiana.
Nice.
We are going to what they call the UCC, the Ultimate Call Out Challenge.
Okay.
It is a gathering of diesel manufacturers. The factory will be there with their different diesel trucks. You're going to have vendors there. There's going to be informational seminars, technical seminars, and we're going to be going there for 3 days to learn. It's the only reason we're going to learn,
Mm.
and we can't wait to go. And it's one of the things we do at Crown Car Care:
Yeah.
continual education.
Right. You have to. You never
And
stop learning.
That's right. In fact, our main topic today, I'm going to start right now, is why would you choose Crown Car Care?
Yeah.
What do we offer at our 2 locations, the one on Cove Road and the one in Palm City off Bruner Terrace? What's different about us than everybody else? Why would you choose us over a dealer? The word around town is everyone's coming to Crown. That's what I hear from my customers. If you go onto Google and Google, it's called Google My Business. Read some of the reviews out there. They'll take your breath away. They're so good.
Wow.
And quite frankly, it's just what we do. Sometimes when you're just doing the best you can and providing the best service and doing what's right,
Yeah.
all the successes follow that by
Mm.
doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go over a couple topics here. Expert technicians. One of the fears that I hear all the time from just a general public is, well, how are your technicians compared to the factory trained technicians?
Right.
Do they know as much? I'll argue we might know more.
Because you have to know all the different brands.
We know the different brands. We have the equipment, so it's not an equipment issue. But from the individual technician standpoint, the people that work at Crown love what they do.
Yeah.
They share their knowledge amongst the different technicians. They are always going to classes. And if you love what you do, you're going to retain what you learn, and you're going to search out information that you don't know. And because of that, it gives me a competitive advantage in the marketplace. We just love cars at Crown. You would think an oil change is simple, but it's not. We've talked about it in the past, Frank, about how an oil change can be the best benefit that you do for your car, but it also can be the worst disaster if you don't use the right oil and the right filter. If you don't use the right oil and you take for granted that the people that are doing your oil change are doing the right thing, you might want to reconsider that concept,
Right.
because many times they're not. Many times the people that are doing the oil change don't even know about the different types of oil. They don't.
Yeah.
We do at Crown. We research this stuff. I can give you an example with diesels. If you own a diesel that's 2003 and back, you better use a different type of engine oil than the stuff you use on the newer ones. CG4 or CI4. CI4 oil is used for earlier diesels. CG4 is used for newer. You'll take away the life of your engine if you use the newer oil. And I can tell you, you go to these quick oil change places, they're not even asking you the choice. At Crown, we know the difference, and we educate you on it. It's important stuff.
Yeah. It's the
example-
life's blood of the car.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we have the technicians, we have the service managers, and we have the people that work at Crown that are all on the same page. We care about your vehicle, But most importantly, we care about knowing the right answers and the right questions that cars evoke so we can provide the best service to you, the people coming into us.
Right.
It's very important.
Yeah.
And I'll argue that at the dealership level, as well as at other independent repair shops or even these oil change places, that's all they specialize in. Do they have the employees that are chasing the knowledge, or are they forced to learn the knowledge? The people that work at Crown chase the knowledge. They're not forced on it.
Right.
Although we do have requirements of continual education. We have requirements that you know all the equipment that we have at Crown.
It's
But they want to.
Yeah.
They want to know it.
It's good to have all your staff cross-trained so that when somebody is not
Frank,
in the
you've been in to
office-
see us.
Yes.
Right?
Everybody's always busy.
We're busy.
Yeah.
But we're busy because we want to be. And we're busy because we care. If you bring your car in for an oil change and you have a brake light that's burned out, we're going to catch it. And we're going to tell you about it. And we're going to fix it for you. If you have if you have wiper blades that aren't quite clear in the wipers, we're going to talk to you about it. Even if you come in just for an oil change. How many out there know that in their air conditioning and ventilation systems in the cabin, there's a filter that needs to be changed? How many people know that? When is the last time you had that changed?
Oof, yeah. And you want to
I'm going to bring it to your attention.
check it often.
Yeah. It's important stuff. You wouldn't want mold growing in your air conditioning system that could give you a sickness.
Yeah.
Right. But that's one of the differences. We have the knowledge, and it's so important. And I'm going to tell you another thing.
All right.
Convenience. Why is Crown convenient?
Well,
It's because we'll go pick your car up for you if you
Yes.
need to. We'll stay after hours.
or you'll even drop it off on occasion.
I drop it off. Frank, I brought your vehicle to your place.
Yes.
Of course, I wanted to go see your place too, because you have a great location. If anyone out there is looking for the best framer in town, if you have a special picture, if you have a special jersey or a basketball that you need to have showcased, you contact Frank. He is the best there is. I use him
You're very
all the
kind.
time. No, you do a good job. In fact, I told you the story that I just overheard somebody talking how good you were.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear that stuff.
It
I don't
is.
like to
It
eavesdrop,
is.
but when I do hear things about people I know, it just puts a smile on my face, knowing that I'm associating with some of the best people in their industry.
Yeah.
And I have you, and as well as at the helm of this radio station. What a great radio station we have here.
Yes. What a
We
blessing.
really do.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, we have a caller.
We do.
So another thing that the dealers have
Hey, Tamara.
that they say they have additional convenience. Well, at Crown Car Care,
Stand by. We'll put you on.
we have convenience too. In fact, we have a caller here that's going to talk to us. All right.
We do have a special caller on the line.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tamara.
Hi, how are you?
Hi there. Welcome aboard to the Crown Car Care Radio Hour.
Yes, I was going to agree with you about the amazing framing job that Frank did on
Oh
the-
my gosh. The
Cards,
Michael
yeah.
Jordan cards. What a
Yeah.
job he did.
Yes, it's beautiful. Beautiful.
Yes. In fact, we're going to have Frank is going to be doing some jerseys for us. We have some special Miami Heat signed jerseys for 3 of the players, and we're going to have Frank frame them up for us. Yes.
That will be amazing.
Yes.
That will be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Frank is an amazing guy.
You're very kind.
Yes.
Well, very cool. And
Anything else you can you anything funny out there in the world going on?
Is there anything funny in the world? Well, did you talk about the basketball tournament?
No. Tell us. This weekend we were at a basketball tournament for our son Frank. Tell us all about it.
in Orlando, right?
Yes, and we were at, so this was all new to me because I had never been to the ESPN Center in Disney.
Yeah.
Where they had, it was the most beautiful place. It was just such an amazing place, and I just couldn't believe it. It was really huge. It was massive. There were several.
And the
different
boys had a
buildings.
bunch of fun, didn't they? We stayed
Oh my
2
goodness.
nights. My Tamara, who's on the phone, stayed the first night Friday, and I came up early Saturday morning, and we stayed at an Embassy Suites. We had a time of our life. The boys were having a ball. In fact, I took all the boys out for dinner to the Shake Shack in
Wow.
Orlando, and they just piled in my pickup truck, and we all had a good time. And they won their final game. They won.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big team from Kendall that they beat. We were not expected to win, but we won.
Wow. What was the score?
And we played. There were teams from all over. We played a team from Puerto Rico. It
Yeah,
was-
we played it. We almost beat a team from Puerto Rico. It was down to the wire. They beat us by, I think, 2 points,
Wow.
1 or 2 points. Great team, though.
It was
And the boys learned it was quite a facility. This ESPN center.
So
that
it's a
they
tournament
played.
play.
Yes, it was a weekend tournament with the travel
Easter
team.
Classic.
Easter Classic. It's a famous event.
Wow.
And it was at the Disney ESPN Center. And if you've never heard of that, check it out. What a place. It's all about sports.
Soccer.
It's all about kids.
basketball, Football, baseball. I mean, they have everything there. Volleyball. It's amazing.
The food's expensive there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, everything.
That I can tell you, right? Food's not cheap.
Don't go hungry.
No. But what a time it was.
Well,
Just
that's
beautiful
great.
place.
That was a great experience.
Yes.
It really was.
That's
Yeah, Max had a good time. And our daughter Eden, she came up on Friday and stayed the night. She had a good time.
And we went shopping at the outlet.
Yeah.
of course. That's,
Yeah,
that's mandatory, isn't it?
It's of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. Well,
So-
thank you for calling,
Oh, no
and
problem.
thank you for your kind words. too.
Yes. Awesome. We'll see you for
Okay.
dinner later tonight, Tamara.
Yeah.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well,
Okay.
That was sweet.
So back to the why choose Crown. Convenience. We have a man in Palm City. We have someone that comes in at 5:00 in the morning. So if you need to drop your car off early, guess who's there?
5 o'clock in the
5
morning.
o'clock, Andy.
Hmm.
We'll stay late. We'll make special hours for you on Saturday if you need to. We'll deliver your car. We'll pick your car up and we'll make it work for you. We will bend our rules to accommodate you, the customer, as long as they're within reason.
Right.
I'm not going to stay till midnight, but
Hmm.
pick your car up. But I would. That's what we do. Our Crown family, I have to read a quote here. My bookkeeper had come up with this interesting statement that she said, and let me read it. The Crown family takes care of your family's car as if it was their own.
Yeah.
She told me that this morning.
Mhm.
That's a great quote. And
Yeah.
that's what we do.
Yeah.
We have the expertise. We have the convenience. So we can compete head on with, if you think the dealers are the best, you better try us on first
Right. There you
or
go.
second or third because you'll love us. Let's go back from break and we'll finish up.
Okay. are back.
Yeah, welcome back for the last stretch here.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Updated facilities is another third item on our list, and why choose Crown?
Yes.
We have
So important.
quality lifts. We have quality equipment. I've remodeled all the bathrooms. They're clean, nice, and friendly.
Good.
We have rail. They're just nice places. In fact, both bathrooms are air conditioned. Both
Wow.
shops. Yes, sir. It's really nice. Nice floors, all painted nice, pretty. We have a waiting room that's second to none. They're
Uh-huh.
clean, and in fact, in my Palm City store, come out, we have pictures of all the employees there and a little story about each one of them. We're so
Nice.
proud of them. We're proud of everybody that works at Crown because they do such a fine job. And it really shows.
Yeah.
It really shows in the type of service. And the last item I'd like to talk about is enhanced service. Well, what does that mean?
Yeah. What does that?
Enhanced service mean? What does that mean in the world of cars? It means that you're going to talk to a service manager or service writer that has your interest,
Mm,
not his interests. His interest is to serve you.
right.
He's going to be able to provide information about your car that you might not get anywhere else. If you think you have an extended warranty or a recall on your car, guess what we're going to do? We're going to look it up for you. In fact, I even will take cars to the dealer for my customers if there's a recall.
Wow.
Because so many times my customers say, I don't want to go to the dealer. It's horrible. They try to sell me everything and it's just a
Right.
miserable experience.
Right.
So you know what I've gotten into the practice of doing? Taking it there for them.
Wow.
I deliver the
I don't
cars.
think anybody else
I do
does
that. Oh,
Yeah.
it's very important because a lot of times they will get shanghaied. We just talked about Shanghai with the
Yeah.
Tesla. They'll get
Right.
shanghaied
Yeah.
by the dealer.
Oh, you
told
got to
that
do this. You
you
got to
do that, and you got to do this before you get the no. We'll take the car
Right.
and I'll pick it up. And many times I've waited there till the car was done and I brought
Right.
it back to the customers, and we don't charge anybody for that. We do it as a service. That's enhanced service.
Boy.
Well, if you come in and you need to have your radio station set and you're just a little bit embarrassed maybe because you don't quite know how to do that radio,
Mm,
that's the type of service we'll do. We're not going to charge you for it. Just come in and visit us.
yeah.
Look at
That
the
is-
pictures on the wall. Use our nice, clean, air-conditioned bathroom, and by the time you're done and get back out to your car, we'll have your radio programmed. If you're just not quite comfortable and you think something's wrong with your car, you can't put a finger on it, Chris or Mike will go on a road test with you.
Nice.
If we need to bring a technician, we'll do it too, and we're not going to charge you for it. If you just want somebody to feel your car to make sure it's right.
Yeah.
How many times have you thought you needed air and you're not quite sure how to do it, and you don't want to put the quarters in
Oh,
at
yeah.
the machine and you want a professional to do it? We will provide that enhanced service, that extra little bit of going the extra distance at
Yeah.
Crown at both locations. We'll do it.
Yeah.
And it matters. We clean your windshield if you come in for an oil change.
Well, you do more than that. Now you guys are changing the oil for my wife's Escape,
Yes.
and you had the hood open, and she happens to park underneath a tree. So she collected a bunch of leaves, and your technician took out the
Andy.
Andy took out the air gun and just blew out all.
and we
the
also
leaves.
vacuum the interior out
Yeah.
for you.
It was
We
beautiful.
do that stuff. We won't mess with your radio stations. We won't put your seat back. And if we do, we'll put it right back to where it was. We won't touch your air conditioner. We won't drive it fast. We won't take any money that's in the glove box or in the center console. We'll take any garbage. If you have a wrapper, a piece of paper, a napkin laying on the floor, we'll vacuum the car and take it out for you. We won't touch anything that isn't ours. We'll enhance everything that is yours.
That's
And you can
huge.
feel trusted. You'll know that you can trust us at Crown. And it's so important to be able to trust somebody.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to find people to trust in this way. Can you say unequivocally that you're going to go to a business, Frank, and you trust the people there?
Yeah. That's very
You can-
difficult. to say.
It's difficult to say.
Very
But you
difficult.
can trust every one of us at Crown. We have one motive in
Yeah.
mind: to provide the best service that we can for you that come in
Right.
to visit us.
Right.
Trust. And I would have to say, of all the things that we do best, you can trust Crown Car Care for all of your automotive needs, as well as truck and diesel and all that other stuff. You can trust us.
Yes.
And you're a customer of mine, and you
I
know darn well what I'm talking
I
about.
know
Trust is
exactly.
so important in
Yep.
this world, and we have it.
Yep.
Every one of us is
I
an
trust you
honorable, loyal
implicitly.
person that works
Yep.
with us. So, what a great show it's been. It's been fun.
Yes.
We'll see you next week,
I'll look forward to it.
and I'll bring those jerseys to you Wednesday if you're going to be there.
Okay. Yeah, I love it.
Good.
All right.
Take care, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed our radio hour. Hop out of the back seat and you go back to your life now. Bye-bye.